This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, the Billboard Awards were yesterday. That's right, at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Vegas. It was hosted by Kelly Clarkson. Now, Janet Jackson got the Icon Award, and here's what she said during her speech.
We live at a glorious moment in history. It's a moment when, at long last, women have made it clear that we will no longer be controlled, manipulated, or abused. I stand with those women and with those men equally outraged by discrimination who support us in heart and mind.
I didn't get to see none of that last night.
Well, Kendrick Lamar, Bruno Mars, and Ed Sheeran went into the night. They had 15 nominations each in different categories, and the big winners were Ed Sheeran and Kendrick Lamar. They each got 6 wins last night at the Billboard Awards. In addition, Kelly Clarkson did a tribute, and she was talking about the school shootings. You know, the Santa Fe High School shooting had just happened as well, and here's what she said.
Tonight, they wanted me to say that obviously we want to pray for all the victims, we want to pray for their families, but they also wanted me to do a moment of silence. And I'm so sick of moment of silence. Like, God, it's not working. Like, obviously. So, sorry. So why don't we not do a moment of silence? Why don't we do a moment of action? Why don't we do a moment of change? Why don't we change what's happening?
I feel it, man. Like all of this stuff seems so redundant when you're talking about these school shootings and everything. It just feels like the same radio record playing over and over and over again. You just want something done more than just moments of silences and pray for victims after the fact.
All right, now Beyonce has purchased a church. She bought a 7,500 square foot house of God in the Big Easy. That's in New Orleans. And they said the church was more than 100 years old, and it was listed at $850,000. It was built in the early 1900s. So not exactly sure what the plan is next, but she did just buy a church in New Orleans.
House of God. What happened to the House of Darion, though?
That's still around, I'm sure.
It is?
Is
no,
it?
I don't know.
Okay.
What's the other line that she had? The Ivy Park. I know. I see that.
No, Ivy Park's around.
That's
They
that's
sell
still
that
doing
at
well.
Top Shop.
Yeah, that still does good.
Well, you know, Beyonce church going to be packed. They're going to swear Beyonce the pastor of that church. They're going to be so mad when she's not the one preaching the sermons every Sunday.
All right, and you'll be excited to know that Tekashi69 and Casanova have settled their beef. They've been feuding a lot in these streets,
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I was happy about that.
and now the two of them are hanging out.
It's better than the alternative of them killing each other.
I wouldn't say hanging out. They were both at the club with each other. Hanging out is
Well,
strong.
there's videos of them together. They look like they're hanging. I mean,
Yeah, they
they're
were at the
together,
club, but I'm glad
so-
they squashed their beef. That's
And
good.
Tekashi posted, "LOL, I still got on my teeth. New York about to be a problem," and he added Casanova.
I
So-
mean, they both need that. Tekashi69 definitely needs that because he clearly needs an image makeover because his shows are getting canceled. He's getting pulled off festivals. People around him are getting arrested at a high rate. So, yeah, they definitely need to
and
clean their
Casanova
images
was
up.
having issues with the police all because of this beef that was happening. So
All that does is mess up your money, man. That's all the
Yep.
beef does is mess up your money. Get to the money, guys.
it's funny that people were like angry about it.
Yeah, because they rather them kill each other. And then when they kill each other and one of them end up in jail and one of them end up dead, then they the same ones that's going to be online calling them stupid.
And I'm glad they squashed their beef.
All right, now Diddy broke a record. He purchased a painting for $21 million. Now, the reason why this is a big deal is because this is actually, what are you laughing at? It's the most
They should have
expensive.
posted that right now after they laid off 100 people at El Revolt. They should have did that maybe a week later.
They laid off 50 people.
Revolt's off for 2 weeks, by the way.
Well, this was
They
the
don't
most
have the money,
This was the most
basically.
expensive piece by a living black artist to be sold to a buyer ever. So that's why it's a big deal. It's called Pastimes.
Oh, man.
The painter is Kerry James Marshall. So they have made art history. $21 million.
So Diddy fired 50 people from Revolt in order to buy a $21 million painting and to hire Joe Budden.
And they off 2 weeks now.
Wow,
They
and they off 2 weeks. Wow.
Now, that painting was
Wow,
originally
it's
purchased
crazy.
for $25,000 in 1997 by Chicago's Metropolitan Pier and Exposition Authority, and now it's owned by Diddy.
Drop on the cruise bonds for Diddy, man. You got to cut corners where you can when you want something, okay?
Yeah.
$21 million painting by a black artist, I'm all for that. If you got to fire 50 people from Revolt to get it, do what you got to do.
All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
And like Charlamagne said, Revolt is off for 2 weeks.
They off for 2 weeks. You know why? Because
Why?
Diddy just bought a $21
That
million
painting.
painting and he just signed Joe Budden. So, I mean, look, you got to do what you got to
Gotta
do.
do what you gotta do.
All right? Sounds good for the culture to me.
Yeah.
Black artist making $21 million. Joe Budden got a show. I feel like the coach is winning.